So it looks like it's Internazionale's title to lose over in Serie A as they open up a 9-point cushion at the top of the table. But is there any hope for the chasing pack? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again another prediction show. Today we take a look at match day number 28 out in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and get your banger today with all things Serie A related, Blackburn Rovers related. Woo! Football, there we go here. Under one Ruski, that's right. Internazionale continue to defy the odds or continue to extend their bloody lead at the top of the table, as of course the chasing pack have a bit of a hiccup. And when I say the chasing pack, I mean AC bloody Milan. We'll take a look at all of that in just a second. Of course, a big shout out to the VIP Banda Brothers. We're talking about the patrons. That's right. Big shout out to you guys for continue supporting the channel behind the bloody scenes. If anyone else is out there that's thinking about joining the Patreon, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, of course. But Patreon is down there on the old screen right here, right now. So let's get into it then. Shall we have a look at my picks? Then we'll take a look at your picks, and then of course we'll kick on forward to the next round of matches. Of course, bit of a bumper issue it was this past week. Kicking it all off on Friday. Was it Friday? It was. It was Lazio against Crotone. 3-2 win in the end for Lazio. Goals coming from Sergej Milinkovic, Savic, Luis Alberto, and Felipe Caicedo get the goals. Simi with a couple of goals there for Crotone as they try to claw themselves back. 3-2 in the end. So a good result for Lazio. Keeps them in the hunt for the top four. I went with a 3-0 win myself. You can just about see it there. Of course, Atalanta against Spezia was a 3-1 win as well. Atalanta keeping up the heat with Mario Pasalic with a couple of goals there. Luis Muriel as well. Roberto Piccoli getting off for Spezia as they also tried to make a meal out of it. 3-1 for them. 2-0 for me. Not too bad. Sassuolo went over the line against Verona. 3-2 in the end. Actually went with the 1-0 win myself. Manuel Locatelli on the score sheet. Filip Djuricic and Hamed Traore on the score sheet for Sassuolo. Darko Lazovic and Federico Di Marco get the goals for Verona in a 3-2 win for Sassuolo. Meanwhile, Benevento, they did lose to Fiorentina in the end. 4-1 in the end. Dusan Vlahovic with a hat-trick. Valentin Isaric as well for Fiorentina. Arthur Inonoto on the score sheet for Benevento as they lost heavily. 4-1 in the end. 1-1 for me. Meanwhile, Genoa. Do you know what I mean? Genoa, they did draw with Udinese. 1-1 in the end. Rodrigo De Paul on the score sheet for Udinese. Goran Pandev, the legend, in the goal scoring form for Genoa. 1-1 in the end. Meanwhile, Bologna to Sampdoria on Sunday's matches, of course, was a 3-1 for Bologna. Musa Barrow, Matthias Svanberg, Roberto Soriano on the score sheet. Fabio Quagliarella on the score sheet for, of course, Sampdoria. 3-1 win for Bologna. 2-1 for me. Not good enough. Parma did beat Roma, though. Michal Valentin Mihalia on the score sheet and Hernani getting the goals for Parma, giving them a win. We'll take a look at that one in a minute. Of course, next up we have Torino up against, of course, Inter Milan. Lukaku Martinez on the score sheet, of course, Antonio Sanabria for Torino in a 2-1 loss. Actually, one of the 3-1 win for Inter Milan. So not too shabby on me. Like I said, Parma did beat Roma 2-0 in the end. Mahalia and Hernani on the score sheet for, of course, Parma as they beat bust the apple cart open there with, of course, the 2-0 win over Roma. 2-1 for me, going the other way. Cagliari did lose to Juventus, of course. Ronaldo with a hat-trick as well. Giovanni Simeone on the score sheet for Cagliari as they lost. 3-1 for me, 2-0 final score. No, 2-0 for me, 3-1 final score. Of course, my boys, my tip for the title, AC Milan. They did lose to Napoli. Matteo Politano on the score sheet on the 49th minute. Ante Rebic got himself sent off. Late drama. Of course, Juventus against Napoli did not go ahead, but Torino against Sassuolo did, and it was a 3-2 win for bloody Torino. That's right, good win for them as they moved the bloody change. Goal scorers on the day were Simon Zaza, Rolando Mandroga. He got a couple. Well, Zaza got a couple of goals there. Domenico Berardi got a couple of goals there for Barredo for Sassuolo in the end. So as you can see, I got myself 5 out of 11. So as of right here, right now, the table looks like just like this. Of course, Inter Milan lead the charge. They are 9 points clear of AC Milan, who are 1 point clear of Juventus, who have a game in hand. Atalanta though to 4th, Napoli to 5th, Roma 6th. At the foot of the table, Crotone, Parma, and Cagliari go down. Torino hanging on bloody in there. But of course, that could all change this coming week. We'll take a look at all those picks in a minute. Of course, let's take a look at your picks. And also 3 in the Shitface Gang, 4 to 6 Straight Face Club. And if you get A+, you're absolutely fantastic. This guy here did alright. He did pretty good for himself. Olajuwon also did very well. Ivan Stringer did bits. Of course, Olajuwon also did good. Game China not too shabby. Deep at the Great did great. Of course, Hanswell's not too shabby. Yannick also did bits. Gerard Jalupia also did good. good. Matt Gunnar also did bits. And Jajo Gaisis, not too shabby. With JSP60 are great indeed. Costas K, he's okay. Alex Well, not too shabby. Of course, the D-Man absolutely smashed it. Well played. Of course, Owen Esco also did good. Yannick Seifert also did not too shabby. Of course, Vincent Ong did bits. Neil Galilei, he's okay. Russell Frost also did very well. Cody Gaho did good. Well played. Leo Olivieri, he did shite. Tom Stain also did fabulous, of course. And of course, Shane O'Donnell also did very, very good as well. What about Isemi Idu? He did good with an edit. Shepard also did very, very well as well. And of course, Alan MC, you know me, you did good as well. How about the overall table as it stands? Neil Galilei, Leo Oliveri did shite. So I don't know, hang on a minute. How come Neil Galilei got a smiley face? How come he got a smiley face? Where is he? You should have had a shitty face. You should have had a shitty face. You got away with it. You mugged me off there, brother. You mugged me off. Oh, I mugged myself off. But anyway, as you can see, there's two people with the shitty ones. Of course, Leo Olivieri and Neil Galilei. As for the rest of the chasing pack, the D-Man kicks ass and takes up names with 8 out of impressive 11. Of course, Matt Gunner, Omaji Monday, and Yannick Bustler. Russell Frost make up the top 2 there. But what's that overall table look like? Well, here we bloody go. The Kingpin right here right now is Omaji Monday with a 2 percentage points clearance over Alex Weller, of course. Where is he? He's got himself 7. Of course, Alex Weller got himself 6, so he kind of broke away a little bit. So we need to step up the plate here. We need to step up the plate because we need official winners here. We need official hardcore winners. But anyway, enough about that. Plenty of games to kick it off, to get right back in the thick of things, including this weekend. When we take a look at Parma up against Genoa on Friday night, picture the last 5. It's been 5 out of 5 for Parma over Genoa, so they like playing Genoa. Of course, last round in Parma was a 5-1 win for, of course, Parma back in, of course, October 2019. Andres Cornelius on the score sheet with a hat-trick. Juric Kukar as well, with Dijan Kulievski as well. Andrea Pirmanotti getting off for Genoa as they lost. Also, picture this season in Genoa, so a 2-1 win for Parma. Javinho on the score sheet with Eldar Samadodov getting off for Genoa. Parma, though, winning their last 5 matches against Genoa, all competitions. Also, they've failed to score in the last 3 on the road. Coming to this, both ties like a draw. Genoa actually losing 2 of the past 6. The rest have been draws. Meanwhile, Parma just 1 defeat the past 5, only 1 win in the past 5 as well, with 4 or 3 draws in the whole bunch there. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? We have Parma 30-10 for the victory, 11-5 is your draw, 23-10 is your Genoa. Of course, Genoa down near the middle regions there, 14th spot at the moment, but for them they can move up to 12th, whereas their opposition Parma, they're in 19th, but with them we can move to 18th in the end. Going 1-0 win for Parma. They got the form at the moment, kind of, and hopefully they'll move the chains. Just 1 defeat the past 5. Believe in the boys, that's right. Next, Crotone up against Bologna. Let's get into Crotone, of course, cut off at the bottom of the table there. Bologna doing okay-ish. Of course, push to the last 6-2 for Crotone, 4 for Bologna. No draws last round in Crotone. It was a 1-0 win for Crotone back in, of course, April 2018. Simeon on the score sheet, of course, giving Crotone the win. Last round, though, in Bologna this season, of course, was back in November. It was a 1-0 win for Bologna. Crotone have actually conceded 2 goals in the last 9 matches, also losing 8 of the last 9 as well. Bologna keep a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches against Crotone in all comps. They come into this, though, just 2 wins in the past 6 games for Bologna. Just 1 win in 6 for Crotone. That was against Torino. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this one? Crotone coming in this one, 12-5, 30-5 is your draw, 11-10 is your Bologna. Bologna are on 12th, but with them they can move up to 10th. Of course, Crotone down to 20th, but with them they can close in on 19th. They're not going to win. Bologna will get the 3 points, 2-0 in the end. Spezia taking, of course, Cagliari this weekend. Of course, played the last 4, 1 win for Spezia, 2 for Cagliari, 1 draw last round. In Spezia was a 3-0 win for Cagliari back in November 2015. In Serie B, of course, Federico Micaccioli on score sheet with a couple of goals there. Naru Valentini with a big fat OG. Emmanuel Caliero got himself sent off back in November. Of course, also played this season in November, but of course it was a 2-2 draw in the end. Cagliari, they're failing to win 18 of the last 20 matches in Serie A, where Spezia actually failed to win the last 5. Coming into this year, without a win in 5, that Spezia last win then was against AC Milan back in the just before Valentine's Day. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 4 for Cagliari. That 1 defeat was against Juventus just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one then. Cagliari are in 18th, but with them they can move up to 17th, whereas their opposition Spezia are into 15th, and with them they can go to 13th in the table. Go with the 1 more draw on this one. Spezia will take the point, and they'll be happy for it as well. Inter Milan taking, of course, Sassuolo, of course, played for the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws. Last round in Milan was, of course, a 3-3 draw in the end back in June 2020. Romanello Lukaku, Cristiano Berardi, and Barrio Barriel on the score sheet for Inter Milan. Of course, Francesco Caputo, Domenico Berardi, and of course Giancumo Magnani. Get the goals for Sassuolo. Milan Mascherano got himself sent off, of course, in a 3-3 goals galore on this one. A lot of goals in these guys, in these matches. Of course, they also played each other this season in November as a 3-0 win for Inter Milan as well. Inter Milan have actually won their last 10 matches at home. They come into this scoring at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches against Sassuolo in all comps. Looking very, very good. 6 wins on the spin in all competitions. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 5 for Sassuolo against Verona. A lot of draws knocking around there, but a couple of defeats as well. Look at the bookies odds. Inter Milan coming at you 3-1 on for the victory, 17-4. Issue draw 8-1 is your Sassuolo. Sassuolo are down in, of course, 8th. The win for them, they can move into or close into 7th. Of course, Inter Milan will be top no matter what. 3-0 win for Milan. Take 3 points, move the chains. Hellas Verona taking, of course, Atalanta. Of course, played for the last 6 2 for Verona, 3 for Atalanta, 1 draw. Last round in Verona was a 1-1 draw back in, of course, July 2020. Matteo Pessino and Scotia with Duvan Zapata get the goals as well. Also, picture that this season in Atalanta was a 2-0 win for Verona back in, of course, November. Atalanta, though, winning their 5 of the last 6 matches in Serie A. They come into this just 1 win of 3. Of course, that one was against Spezia. Meanwhile, back-to-back defeats for Verona, losing to AC Milan, losing to Sassuolo in quick succession. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? We have Verona coming in 4-1 for the victory, 3-1 is your draw, 20-13 on is your Atalanta. Atalanta are in, of course, 4th, and win for them, they can actually go 3rd. As for Verona, they're down in, of course, 9th, but a win for them, they can move up to 8th in the table. 2-1 for me, for Atalanta on the road. Juventus taking, of course, Benevento. Let's get into this one now. Pleasure the last 3, 2 wins for Juventus, 1 draw, nothing for Benevento. Of course, last round in Juventus was a 2-1 win for Juve back, of course, November 2017. Goal scorers on that day was Gonzalo Higuain, and of course, Juan Carriedo as well. Armato Chigariti getting the goals for Benevento as they lost. Juventus, though, winning their last 7 matches in Serie A, but Benevento actually failed to win their last 11 matches as well. Coming into 3 defeats the past 4, the only positive was a draw against Spezia. Meanwhile, forward wins on the spin for Juventus, and of course, scoring 3 goals in each one of those games. So 12 goals in the past 4 games, averaging 3 goals a bloody piece. It's not averaging, they bloody did score 3 goals apiece. Look at the odds on this one then, shall we? Juventus coming at you, where are you? 11-2 on for the victory, 30-2 is your draw, 12-1 is your long shots. That's Benevento. Benevento currently find themselves in 16th, but a win for them, they can move up to 13th. Juventus are 3rd. They could actually go 2nd with a win today. 2-0 win for Juventus, 3 points in the bag. Do they go 2nd? We'll have a look in a minute. Of course, Udinese taking, of course, Lazio. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, played each other the last 6. 1 win for Udinese, 4 for Lazio, 1 draw. Last round in Udinese was a 0-0 draw back in July 2020. Also played each other this season, of course, in November 2020 as well. 3-1 for Udinese. Udinese keep a clean sheet in the last 4 home matches. They've also won the last 3 at home. Whereas Lazio actually lost the last 3 on the road. Just 1 win the past 6 games for Lazio against Crotone. Of course, losing to Bayern, of course, in the Champions League not too long ago. Meanwhile, unbeaten the last 5. That's Udinese. They pick up 2 wins and 3 draws to boot. Look at the bookies odds on this one, and then shall we? We have Udinese 13-5 for the victory, 9-4 is your draw, 23-20 is your Lazio. Lazio are in 7th, but a win for them, they can close in on 6th. As for their opposition, Udinese, they're actually up to 10th at the moment, but a win for them, they can close in on 9th. 2-1 for Lazio, though, on the road, break the form, come back to winning ways. Sampdoria taking, of course, Torino. Played each other the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 bloody draws last time around in Sampdoria. It was a 1-0 win for Sampdoria back in, of course, September 2019. Manuel Gabbiadini on the score sheet giving Sampdoria the W. They also played each other this season in Torino back in, of course, November. It was a 2-2 draw. Heading into this, Sampdoria have actually failed to win the last 5 matches in Serie A. Looking very, very lost at Serie A. The last victory was against Fiorentina at home. Meanwhile, Torino just 1 win in the past 3 games. That was against Sassuolo just the other day. 3-2 win as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have 11-8 for Sampdoria, 11-5 is your draw, 21-10 is your Torino. Torino in 17th, but one for them, they can move up to 15th. Sampdoria actually in 11th. One for them, they can move up to top 10. 2-1 for me for Sampdoria, get the 3 points. Torino still in trouble. Fiorentina taking, of course, AC Milan this weekend. Let's get into this one, shall we? Of course, played the last 6, 2 wins for Fiorentina, 3 for AC Milan, 1 draw. Last time around, and of course, Fiorentina was a 1-1 draw for Fiorentina back in, of course, February 2020. Eric Puga on the score sheet, Dalbert as well. As Dalbert got himself sent off, Ante Rebic got a goal for AC Milan as the points were split right down the middle. They also played each other this season in November. It was a 2-0 win for Milan. Milan, though, have actually won 13 last 15 matches away, scoring at least 2 goals in 18 last 19 matches as well. Coming into this, though, just 1 win the past 4 games for AC Milan. That was against Verona. Meanwhile, 1 win the past 4 for Fiorentina. That was against Benevento just the other day. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Fiorentina 13-5 for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, 11-10 is your AC Milan. AC Milan sitting second, with them they can close in on first. As for their opposition, Fiorentina, they're all the way down into 13th, but win for them, they could go up to 11th in the table. Milan on the road, 3 points, move the chains. Next up, of course, Roma up against Napoli. Of course, played each other the last 6, 2 wins for Roma, 3 for Napoli, 1 draw. Last round in Roma was a 2-1 win for Roma back in November 2019. Goal scorers Nicolo Zanillo and Jordan Vertut get the goals for Roma. Alexander Milic get the goal for Napoli. Of course, Yadim Merit sitting himself sent off. Also played each other this season down in Naples. Of course, back in November, it's a 4-0 win for Napoli. Of course, Lorenzo Insigne, Fabian Ruiz, Dries Mertens and Matteo Politano get the goals for Napoli. Heading into this, unbeaten the last 5 games. That's Napoli 4 wins and a draw. draw to boot. Meanwhile, just one defeat past 4 for Roma. That was against Parma a couple of games back. Look at the book results on this one. Then show we got Roma 8-5 for the victory, 38 is your Napoli, 5-2 is your draw. Roma are in 6th, and for them they can move up to 4th. Napoli in 5th, they can move up to 4th again with a win as well. Tight one this one. We're going to go with a away form on this one. 2-1 win for Napoli. Big one, upset perhaps. Could go either way on that one. Again, that's what I think of course will happen, and if I'm right, this is what the table will look like at the end of it. Of course, Inter Milan lead the charge. Still impressive. In fact, it's an 11-point clearance over, of course, AC Milan at the moment. Is that right? No, it's 9 points. Of course, Juventus are 3rd, Atalanta are in 4th, Napoli 5th, and Roma 6th. Down the foot table, Crotone, Parma, and Cagliari going down, but again, still lots of the season left to go. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for the prediction league, and we'll do it all again very, very soon. And of course, we'll do it all again after the old international break, folks. That's right, after the conclusion of these games, focus switches to the old World Cup qualifying campaigns, of course. But we'll be back, of course, with the latest round of picks for those when we come around. But until then, make sure you give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, if you want to support channel in another way. But again, yeah, the Serie A takes a bit of a break. We got World Cup qualifying campaign matches, predictions as well, so make sure you come back for that. Until then, though, I'll see you all soon. Take it easy, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.